Good evening, it's Brian at Fitzpatricks Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this really cool new Hyundai Kona. This car in particular is the premium model and it is a 1.6 with a four-wheel drive setup. This is the highest spec available in the car. It's really damn cool looking, this car. There's such nice lines and interesting features all over the car. So I'm going to run through the car with you. Just in case you're wondering who we are, Fitzpatricks Garage is up here, as you can see over my head. This is a garage that's based in Kildare town. We are #1 in Kildare for the last 4 years, and into 2018 we're going to be #1 again. And the reason is we've got an excellent product in the Hyundai, but also it's a family-run business in operation for almost 70 years. So if you come and spend money on a car like this really nice Kona at a family-run business like this, you can be sure that the after-sales service is here. When you spend a lot of money, you expect to be looked after when you come back in. So these are the kind of things that we try and look after with people anyway. A car like this will have 5 years of warranty. It'll also have 5 years of AA cover, and depending on when you buy the car, you may even get free servicing as well. But again, we'll go through that with you anyway. So first of all, this is, as we were saying, the four-wheel drive version. My God, that light up there is so bright. This is the four-wheel drive version. It's a 1.6 turbocharged engine. So it's got 177 horsepower. Anyway, you're sick of looking at me. Let's have a look at the actual car. So let's start at the front of the car. The first thing that we see is the really interesting light structure on the car. Sometimes you see these kind of cars, how would you say, concept cars put together, and you see really interesting funky lights and you think, wow, that'll never make it. But this one has made it through production. So first thing up here, daytime running lights, which are also parking lights up through here. These are your dipped headlights, and these are your front fog lights. And then it's got that family face Hyundai front, which is really cool on it. It's got some really nice little vents in through here, reflectors on the side, and as it's a premium, it's got a super nice looking set of wheels because they are an 18, and so they're also polished as well. So depending on what kind of light is shining, whether it's artificial light in this case or the sun, there's a really nice reflection off those wheels. And then after that, the inside are dark, so for keeping them clean from brake dust, it's really easy. But it's actually nice because so many, I suppose, diamond cut wheels these days have a black insert. So these are quite nice because it's more of a grey, and that also complements the grey sections on the arches all the way down the side and up around the arches as well. The second thing I would note on the side of the car, and actually this is the first exposure I've really had to this car, nice brushed aluminium finish all the way down there on the bottom of the door. And if you look at the sill, it's got that nice rugged dark grey kind of finish along through there, so it just complements the overall chunky and extreme looking lines on the car overall. If you move around to the taillights, you've got nice taillight structure in through here, down through here, indicators and fog lights. Again, notable features, things like chrome along the rear of the boot, which complements the chrome badge up through here. And then if you look at the grey plastic arches, which complement around on the bumpers, there's a diffuser in the centre here, which is a lighter brushed colour, which just breaks up things. So many different contrasting lines, which when you think about it, you kind of say, okay, lots of different contrasting shapes and lines. Doesn't sound like something that comes together well, but actually I assure you, when you see this car, the reactions we get in this car are phenomenal. And actually a colour such as this, which wouldn't be the first choice of colour for everyone, this car gets some really interesting wows when people come in. The other cool thing on this one, however, it is an option. You can buy this car with all colour coded all the way throughout. This particular one, we've chosen to go for the black roof. That is an extra on it, but again, it just actually looks really funky overall. Again, this car is not conservative. Some people have come in and gone, yeah, it's really cool, but I do want something that's a little bit more conservative. This is the car that you want to buy if you are looking for something that is going to stand out, because that is the whole idea of this car. And again, it's really cool. Don't take my word for it. Come look at it yourself, because everyone's reaction we've seen so far is just, wow, how cool is that? Okay, after that, then let's have a look in the boot. So the boot, first thing I noted when I looked at the car, I thought it was actually really big. So there is, under here, we have a little bit of storage, and then down through here we do have a spare wheel. Hyundai, in fairness, they just keep bringing out models with spare wheels. I know that sounds like a really simple, straightforward thing, but there's so many manufacturers now that are doing away with spare wheels. So the boot from here to here is actually very, very long, in fairness, and it's quite wide throughout. So just if we compare that, it's really, okay, yes, compared to the Tucson, which is one of Ireland's best-selling cars, which is this one over here. Let's just have a quick look at the boot and that. Okay, it's not the same size. Oops, I left my runners and gear bag on the ground. But if we have a look at it in through here, yes, okay, Tucson has a slightly longer, but mostly wider boot overall. However, if we go back to Kona, it has a bigger boot, obviously, than i10. It's got a bigger boot than i20. It's got a bigger boot than i30. It has a bigger boot than iX20, which actually is a similar size car, to be fair. So the boot's quite big in that car, actually, compared to other cars in the range. In terms of closing it down, we'll just grab it along here. I do apologise. Hopefully I will get a chance to do a video when it's bright, but unfortunately at this point of the year, the weather is CRAP and the evenings are short and I just don't have time during the day. Premium has a really nice finish. It's a luxury finish, I guess, because this is the highest spec. So it has a full leather interior on the inside. Speakers down through here, obviously. Child locks over here, electrics for windows over here. And then in terms of Isofix, we can have child seat over here, or else we can have child seat on the other side as well, as you'd expect. There is, I'm just going to turn on this light here for a sec. This car is brand new, so it's got a red cover over the light. It's normally meant to be white. Armrest in the centre with 2 drinks holders in through there. Everyone's got 3 head restraints. Everyone's got 3 3-point safety belts for safety. There is storage in the back of the seat. So if you see the kangaroo pockets on either side, there's storage along there. Size-wise, right, okay, let's have a look at the front. How would I really sit in that car? I'm going to start the car, actually. Not that the battery's going to go dead, but just paranoid anyway. So, okay, right, if I'm sitting in this car, let's think about it this way. Okay, so normally if I was sitting in the car, I'm sitting in the front, fine. Look down along through here. I actually think, genuinely if it was me, I'd actually sit further closer to the car, but maybe that's just me. I'm just going to move a little bit forward. That is easily very, very comfortable for me to sit in the front of the car. So, let's see how I get on in the back. I'm 6 foot. So, if I am 6 foot and I sit in the back of this car, this is me sitting upright, headroom, no problem, and then down all the way through here, and I have a sufficient amount of space. Right, sitting in the back compared to other cars in the segment, I mean, the Tucson's bigger, yeah, okay, fair enough. The Tucson is bigger, but not massively. Like, I mean, if someone said to me, okay, you got to bring away 4 or 5 people for the weekend, you can use the Kona or you can use the Tucson. I don't think I'd base it on space, actually. I'd probably bring the Kona because it's brand new and it's so cool looking. But I don't know, I think there's going to be a bit of a toss-up there for some people between whether they actually need to go into the size of Tucson. Because look at the price structure in this car. For what you're getting, it's really, really good value. And we do sell other cars in other manufacturers in similar sizes. This is great value. It really, really is. It really, really is. Anyway, so that is the back of the car so far. Let's move to the front, which has some nice, interesting features. Let's get the camera on the car. But just really quickly before we do that, this, as we were saying, is turbocharged gasoline direct injection engine. So that is, as we were saying, I'm going to close this door, 177 horsepower. This car has an absolute mountain of power in it. Again, don't take my word for it, come try the car. It's really, really good. It's also got that DCT gearbox. I'd love to be able to do a video where I can drive it with you, but this one's brand new, so we don't have a demo here at the moment that I can get out on the road. So I will follow up with this. But it's got that nice DCT gearbox. So basically when you're changing the gears, you get these nice, crisp, really, really fast automatic gear changes rather than the older traditional style where it kind of used to waft between gears, which was comfortable, yeah, fair enough. But this has got that nice, efficient, crisp kind of gear change overall. Road tax for the year, €390. But again, you remember, you are in an automatic car and you also are in a 4-wheel drive car as well. So, efficiency quoted, can't tell you for certain, quoted in the early 40s, so I'm going to be a little bit pessimistic, and I'm going to say somewhere in the region of 40 odd miles per gallon, which for most people, in fairness these days, is not bad at all. So let's have a look on the inside of the car. It's so cool, isn't it? I mean, the headlights, the grille, all the arches, all that kind of stuff, and the way even like things like the mirror caps are black and they complement the roof overall, and the rear windows have privacy glass. Damn cool. Okay, up front, electrics for windows, auto folding mirrors, which we can operate from the key if we want as well. So after that, like what we saw down through here, I can control my seats electrically up, down, back, forward. I can have lumbar support for my lower back, all that kind of stuff in through there. Fine, I can turn off my traction control, lane, keep assist, sorry, not lane warning, so if I drift out of my lane, it'll automatically beep to say I've drifted out of the lane. We also have a blind spot indicator. I think, just give me one sec now. Sorry, I had to check that, just in case. Yeah, it's actually a blind spot indicator. So, if you're driving along, I don't know why I even actually checked that, because it's right there in the mirror. So looking at the mirror over here, if we are driving along, there's a small guy here, might light up on start. It does, yeah. If you see that little light that's come on over there, as someone drives up on your quarter panel, that'll actually light up just to warn you that someone's sitting on your quarter panel in the blind spot where you wouldn't see them, just in case you're going to change lanes. So damn cool. Brightness of the dash is in through here. There's a Nokia phone ringing over there, which is my girlfriend, so she's going to be giving out. But anyway, okay, so after that then we have cruise control in through here. Moving up through here, we can have cruise or limit, depending which is better. And then over here, we have got things like our menus. So first menu, up and down to change various settings. It's lovely. I like, it's so clear, crisp, easy to look at. It looks just nice and executive-y. It reminds me of Lexus and stuff years ago. And yes, I know that's another brand, but it's a good brand. Okay, so we can change those functions in around through here. Average fuel consumption, current speed, all that kind of stuff. Lane keep assist, so it's going to try and keep us in between the lanes if we want by controlling steering input. But again, you can override those kind of things manually if you want. And tire pressure monitor and all that kind of stuff is going to be there as well. Bluetooth in through here, easy to use. There's lovely big clocks, and again, I know I'm coming back to the older, maybe executive-y sort of Lexus kind of style stuff, but that's kind of what it reminds me of from years ago when I was a kid, sitting in a big LS when I was about, oh god, I don't know, Lexus LS maybe when I was young, anyway, 10, 15 years of age, I don't know, less probably, and I just, the one thing that stuck in my mind was these big white clocks, and that seems to be the way that Hyundai are doing things these days, giving it a premium feel. Gearbox, easy to use, and then also you've got a sequential function backwards and forwards there if you want as well. Seats are heated on the front, both sides, hill descent control, parking sensors on or off, which means then also when we go backwards we get a nice big reverse camera in through here. Heating controls on straight controlled warm or cold digitally in through here, and speed up or slow down the fan. After that, front and rear windscreen demisters, which also demist the wing mirrors. The radio is going to be nice touch and swipe setup, and the cool thing is it's got two things there: Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so you can use your Android or Apple functions. It'll basically bring up most of the functionality of your phone onto the screen there, and actually it'll bring up your maps and stuff like that in through there as well, so quite cool. And in terms of the driver's eye line, when you're driving along looking forward, I like the way this screen pops up along here. It's just right where you would want it to be without having to take most of your attention away from what you're doing, which is obviously driving a car. USB and connectors in through there, but obviously we can stream music via Bluetooth and stuff like that as well. We do have a diff lock if we're going to be doing a bit of four-wheel drive off-roading, and we have a drive mode which is going to give us an eco, a sport or a comfort mode as well, so that's going to have manipulations on how power is delivered and all that kind of stuff as well. Just because the car is brand new, I brought a spec list just to make sure I haven't forgotten about anything. Okay, so like any normal car, as you'd expect, driver and passenger airbags. The side up here has curtain airbags, both front and rear, and then the side of my seat has airbag as well. Up front, anti-lock brakes, emergency brake assist, emergency brake distribution, all that kind of stuff, which means you have full braking pressure, but keeping the car straight, giving you steering control under full braking pressure. Grand. After that then, we also have hill start, assist, which basically stops you rolling backwards on a hill. Again, apologies, this car is still quite new to us. Cruise control, we talked about leather steering wheel and gear knob, okay, fair enough, which are quite nice, so they go with the leather interior that you would expect to be here. Wing mirrors are heated, we talked about that, tyre pressure monitor, lane keep assist, manual air conditioning, daytime running lights at the front, steering mount radio controls, automatic headlights, which come on at night, forgot to say that. Bluetooth, we talked about, roof rails up high, roof spoiler, which we saw as well. Idle stop go, it just means when you pull up to a traffic light, the engine's going to stop in the way that it's going to try and save you fuel if the opportunity arises. After that, we have the larger radio, we talked about, defogger system, front rear electrics, all that kind of stuff, fine, okay, no problem. Everything we've mentioned so far. And one other thing I forgot to say on this particular car, if you're wondering, by the way, the popular model, I think, of this car is going to be the manual 1 litre turbo. But if you're going automatic, you got to go with this spec. So if you want a 4-wheel drive, or if you want an automatic gearbox, this is the one you have to go for. It is the premium, and as we were saying then, the premium is the highest spec available in the car. And I think at the price point it's at, that is great value for money. Yes, it is the most expensive. You can buy the entry model for, you know, a significant amount less. But then again, somebody that's buying an automatic 4-wheel drive is not looking for the entry model manual. And if you compare this to other stuff that's in the market, what you're getting on this car, such a cool looking car, such a reaction we're getting to the car overall when people look at it coming in and out of the showroom and when they're test driving as well. I think these cars are going really well, and they are going to hold value really well as well. So this is a really good package overall. So if you want a car that's got an automatic gearbox, it's got a high specification, it's got good power overall, you want something that stands out, that looks really, really cool, and you want something where basically you will have financial certainty, i.e. long warranty, long AA cover, and easy frugal servicing, which may even come free, then this car is definitely worth considering, 100%. If you want finance on a car like this, we deal with all the major lenders, so we can always organise finance at extremely competitive rates, and if you have a trade-in, we can trade in any car that you have, no problem at all. So, as we were saying, this is a family-run business, Fitzpatricks Garage in Kildare town. We're about 30 minutes south of Dublin. We're about like 3 minutes from the Kildare Village Shopping Outlet. So I hope this particular car is of interest to you. If there's any information you'd like, please do give me a shout, 0868431945, or if you come to the garage, just ask for Brian, and I will be really happy to help, so no matter where you are in the country. So thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope the video has been helpful.